So without further ado, I'm just going to get started. Thank you for joining me. I'm Tammy. I'm Chief Customer Champion at NewOffer. And if you have any questions, please contact me anytime. My email address is tami@newoffer.com. It's my goal to really guide you through this whole process and make you as successful as possible with NewOffer. So today, I'm going to be acting as the agent using the NewOffer app. And you saw in your email that today we're going to go over everything that your buyer sees when you send things out to your buyer. And this is incredibly important because your success is so dependent on you understanding the technology in general. And it's so important that you understand what exactly you're sending to people. You can understand the app, but if you don't understand what you're sending to people, you're going to feel lost. So I want to make you as comfortable as possible with this whole thing. So we're going to go over absolutely every case scenario that you would come up with when using the app. So I'm going to divide this presentation into two parts. The first part, I'm going to create a two-buyer account, and then I'm going to write an offer for my buyers. And they're going to be remote the entire time. I'm not going to meet them before they have to sign the offer. So they're responsible for collecting their own signatures. And so one of my buyers is going to sign on their smartphone because buyers are super mobile these days. We need a technology that allows them to be mobile. I'm going to show you how your buyer can sign on their smartphone and they can actually capture their own signature on their smartphone. And then the second buyer is going to be at home signing on the computer. So many buyers also still do that and they want to see everything on their computer. So I'm going to show you how they can sign documents and capture their signatures when you haven't ever captured their signature on your iPad. And so part two, I'm going to redraft an offer that my buyer's already signed, so I've captured her signature, and I'm going to send it to her, and she's going to sign using the signature that she already captured. And so I'm going to show you what happens when the buyer has to capture their own signature, and I'm going to show you how when you send multiple offers or they've already captured their signature, how they can use that signature over and over and over again. So that's what I'm going to that's what I'm going to do this presentation in these 30 minutes. Sounds like a lot. We're going to be able to do it, and it's going to be so clear to you by the end of this. But here's what you can do. If you have any questions, just feel free to go up to the My Mood. It's like a little icon you see right here. Go ahead and just hover over that, and you can raise your hand. At the end of the webinar, I will unmute you and I can show you how to use the app and guide you through it specifically. If you have specific questions that you want to be unmuted, go ahead and do that. The other thing you can do is just chat in this chat box. It's on the left-hand side of your screen. Feel free to just type your questions in there and I'll answer them right after I finish my presentation. So if you have questions now, go ahead and write anything in there. If you want to give me feedback on my sound quality, if you can't hear me, go ahead and just chat, put something in the chat. But if I don't hear anything, then, I'm going to awesome. I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to share my screen and you're going to see my iPad. In just one moment. Okay, so you can see my iPad, and if you've ever logged into NewOffer, this looks very familiar to you. This is the main dashboard. We organize everything on this main dashboard. So if you have to do something with your buyer, you'll have an alert on this dashboard. You'll see all your buyers right here. You can just scroll back and forth. I only have 3 today. So I'm going to start this by adding a buyer by tapping this Add Buyer button, which is going to create an account for me so I can then do everything for my buyers from here. So I'm just going to add my buyer's first name, my buyer's last name, my buyer's email address, and my buyer's cell phone number. I don't need to add my buyer's cell phone number, but it's super helpful later if I need to ask for permission to use signatures, anything like that. It just saves me the step from doing it later. So I said I was going to make this a 2-buyer account. So right here, there's a little spot for buyer 1. Next to it is a spot where I can just tap this little button right here that says buyer 2, and I'm just going to add buyer 2's information right away. I'm going to add my second buyer's first name, last name, and her email address. And her email address needs to be different than the first buyer's email address because we send them emails asking them to sign. I'm going to add her cell phone number as well. Again, it makes it easier for me in the long run, and I like things to be easy for me. So here I have my 2 buyers accounts. My buyers are not with me, so I'm not going to capture their signature, which I can do right here. And they're not with me, so I'm not going to add a photo. You don't need to add a photo, but it just makes it organizes this a little bit nicer, and so you can definitely tell who you're tapping on. It just makes it look cool. So now that I've added my 2 buyers, I'm going to write an offer for them. That's what we're here for, right? So I'm just going to go into their account, and then I'm just going to tap write offer now. And it looks empty because I haven't done anything with them yet, but that's going to soon fill up. So I'm going to search for a property in the MLS, and I know that there was a 5 in the address, and I know the zip code. Now we're just going to search the MLS, and we're going to find everything that has a 5 in that zip code, and turns out it's 452 Delaney. So we're going to pull all of the legal information from the MLS. And then we're going to pull the seller's first name. So if all of that is correct, if it's displayed up here and I can just move it down here, I can just tap submit. And then I'm ready to go to the next step in this flow, the forms page. Now that it shows the property, I'm going to actually choose the forms that I need to write this offer. So I'm going to tap the 1 to 4 because it's a house and third-party financing addendum. It's not part of a HOA, so I don't need to include that. So now that I've tapped all the forms that I want to fill out, I'm actually going to fill them out. I'm going to fill out the terms of this offer. I'm not going to fill out all 9 pages. I'm going to fill out the terms, and it will automatically fill all 9 pages. So I'm going to tap the document that I want to write an offer on. And then we're going to tap the term that we want to fill out, and it's automatically just going to pull the listing information from the MLS. I can modify the purchase price, and then I can use these really cool buttons, a 3.5%, a 5%, and this slider if I know that my buyers want to put down a percentage. If they want to put down a card cash amount, if they only have if they have $75,000 that they know they want to put down, I can just put 75 right here, and it'll automatically calculate the loan portion. If I know that it's a percentage, like 20%, it'll automatically calculate 20%. I attach the third-party financing, so that's automatically checked, and we can go to the next term. And we're just going to go straight down all these terms, and we're just going to fill out this offer this way. And I have to go through every single one of them because I need to make sure that this offer is complete. So credit approval, just fill this out. Origination, submit and next is automatically going to take me through this whole thing. No property exclusions, survey, I want that within 7 days. Objections. And this is exactly the way that we realtors think about offers. We think about them in terms, we don't think about them on page 4. When we're explaining it to our buyers, we think about them in terms, we don't think about them in pages. Home warranty, 1,000, closing date. We give you a calendar that shows you that March 20th is on a Thursday. It's not on a Saturday. We can actually close on March 20th, just making this a flawless offer. Possessions upon funding, closing costs, submit and next. We're almost done. We're automatically going to pull the buyer's information and the seller's information from the MLS, submit and next. Option period. Commission, we automatically pulled from the MLS, so you don't have to go look that up too, and there's no special provisions. So once every single term is checked, I'm done with this offer and I can go forward. So I'm going to tap sign. So I'm not with my buyers. I have not met with my buyers to capture their signature, so I don't have signatures for them. So I'm just going to email these to my buyer. So I'm going to tap that button, and they got emailed. So buyer one, like we said, is going to sign this on their iPhone or on their phone. So I'm going to bring up my buyer's phone. You're going to be able to see it in one moment. So we see that my buyer just got an email from me asking them to sign documents. So hey, that's my picture. I have some documents for you to sign. The buyer is just going to click this big red button. They can't miss it. And it's going to take them to a website where it's literally going to show them all the offers that they need to sign, how many signatures, and then sign documents. Another big red button they can't miss. So since they're on a smartphone, we're just going to capture their initials right here. See their initials? Jameson Smith. So those are his initials, and he's going to hit save. And then it's going to say, capture your signature, enter your signature. And now we're just going to hit save. And so after he captures his initials and signature, he doesn't need to do anything else. He needs to sign the offer. So we can zoom in, we can zoom out, we can scroll down and tap initials. We can even do this horizontally if we want. Scroll down, tap initials. Bring this vertical again. And last week I went over how you can edit these offers. If your buyer sees something that they want to change, you can absolutely go and edit. I posted that on our social media. If you have any questions about that, feel free to just refer back to that webinar or just ask me and I'll show you how you can edit these offers that you send to your buyers to sign. It's super easy, and we want you to have control of the contract at all times. So my buyer finished signing the documents, and he gets congratulated. He is one step closer to getting his house. And then as an agent, I get a text message that says Jameson has signed the documents and that we're still waiting for buyer one. So speaking of buyer one or buyer two is over here on his computer, and I'll bring that up right now. Buyer two is over here on his computer, and he got the same email. Bring that over. So this is buyer two sitting at his computer, and she gets an email from me. Looks exactly the same. Hey, Molly, I have some documents for you to sign. A big red button. She's just going to click right there. She's going to see all the documents she has to sign, how many signatures are required, and a big button that says sign the documents. So because Molly is on her computer and not on a smartphone tablet where you can touch the screen and enter information that way, we have two options for her. She can either send a text message to herself and she'll capture the signatures the same way that her husband did, or she can use an e-signature. If she doesn't want to send a text message to herself or she doesn't have a smartphone, she can just use an e-signature. So I'm going to do that right now. We're just going to use an e-signature, and then she's going to be taken directly to the document. That's her husband's signature. We just saw him sign. So now she's just going to tap this button, and that electric signature is going to appear right there. I'm just going to automatically just take her to the next initials. Next. And everything that we just put in the terms is going to appear right here. Automatically be taken to the next one. It's the third-party financing, the second document I attached. And she's done. And guess what? When Molly's done, she gets congratulated as well. I get a text message telling me that both my buyers have signed. And then when I go into their account, when I look at my iPad here, I'll show you my iPad now. Now this is the agent. When the agent goes back to their iPad, there's a little red dot on the dashboard telling me that I have to do something for my buyers. So now I'm going to go into my buyer account and I can submit this signed offer. It told me, I got a text message saying that both my buyers signed. I got email saying both my buyers signed. And so now I'm ready to submit this signed offer to the listing agent. So I'm just going to tap this big green button. Because this is a test offer, I'm going to uncheck the listing agent, but you won't ever do that because you want to send this to the listing agent. My email address is right here. The listing agent we just pulled from the MLS, and then both of my buyers' emails are right here. Everyone's going to get a copy of this signed offer. Just going to, I can add anybody else if I want to, but I'm just going to tap next. And then I'm going to write a personal little message to the listing agent. Hi, my buyers really love this house. Give me a call. They're very excited. And then I'm going to tap almost there. I'm going to see an outline that we've automatically created. We've created this awesome outline that makes you look like a super professional agent. Easy to work with, very professional, on top of their game. You made this easy for the listing agent. Has an outline of the offer right there. It has my personal message and all of my contact information, a picture of the property and a picture of myself just to connect the two even further. So that's the outline that they're going to receive in the body of the email, along with all of the attached documents. So I'm going to send this offer by touching that big red or the big green send offer button, and the listing agent's going to, and everyone's going to get this in their inbox. Feel free to just call the listing agent to confirm. So that's how your buyers collect their signatures remotely and sign offers remotely without you ever collecting their signatures on your iPad. You've collected their signatures, it only gets easier from here. If you ever need to redraft an offer or write another offer for this buyer, they're just going to use those initials initials and signature that they just created. They don't ever have to create those again. So now I'm going to redraft an offer, and I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like, what a buyer goes through when they've already collected their initials and signature, and just show you how easy it is next time they need to write an offer, or next time they need to sign an offer that you've written for them. So now I just went into my other buyer, Janet Nelson. I went into her account, and here I can see all the offers that I've written for her. And here I can view and redraft this offer that I already sent for her. So I got a call from the listing agent. I need to make some changes. My buyer really wants this house. The listing agent said, listen, my sellers don't want to pay for home warranty. And go like, okay, my buyer's okay with that. So we're just going to take this home warranty out. I'm going to put a 0 in there and hit submit. If I'm okay with all the other terms and I can edit everything I want, if I'm okay with all of these, then I'm just going to go to the sign page because I don't need to do anything else. I'm ready to sign this edited offer. And again, I'm just going to email it to my buyer by touching this button. I'm going to get an alert saying the offer has been emailed to my buyer for signatures, and my buyer is going to get an email. So like I said, this is super easy. The buyer is just going to get an email just like they did before. And I have a pop account with, so it's going to just take a little bit longer because of my email address. But it's going to be super simple. All they're going to do is they're going to click the email and they're just going to go directly to the offer, and they're going to be able to sign it in a matter of seconds. So here's the offer. Here's the email. I'm going to drag this over. So my buyer just got this email. Again, we see it's addressed to her, super personalized. It has my picture on here saying, hey, I have some documents for you to sign for this address. All she's going to do is this could happen on their tablet. If she has an iPad, she can do this on her tablet. She can do this on her phone, but I'm just going to show you here on the computer. So it's a big enough screen. And she's just going to click this button right here on the email. She's going to see the house. She's going to see the document she has to sign. She's just going to sign the document. She's going to see all this information and just tap the initials button. When she taps the initials button, the signatures that she already created are going to appear right there. we're just going to go to the next page. She can review everything and sign. And then she can see this change right here. The service contract, it was 1,000, now it's 0. It's a brand new offer. She's signing it, and we're ready to rock. So this is very easy for your buyer, and all your buyer had to do is we guided her through the offer. She just had to click, and now she gets congratulated because, again, she's one step closer to getting the house that she wants. And then I'm just going to go into my iPad and submit this. Oh. Go back. See, I moved too quick. I moved too quickly. It has this big red dot saying that I have to do something in this account. Just going to submit it. I'm going to uncheck the listing agent again because I'm ready in test offers just to show you, but you're not going to uncheck that. I'm going to move forward and I'm going to send it. And then they're going to get an offer like this. That's what the listing agent's going to get. That's what the buyer's going to get. I'm going to get a copy of this. And it's just this contract that we just wrote and signed. That's pretty awesome. So that is my presentation right now. If you have any questions, please just write a question. I have a question that can the buyers print the offer if they want a paper copy to read before they sign? Yes, they can. All they have to do is they have to log into their new offer account. Anytime that you create a buyer account, they're going to get an invitation, and I'll show you exactly what that looks like. They're going to get an invitation email. Let's see, this one. So I created a buyer, Steve, and I sent him a little welcome email saying that I set up a new offer account for him. He has login information. You can just use this login information to, you can just use that login information to sign in. That way they can download any of the offers they want anytime. We've cloud storage for them and cloud storage for you. You can download all of these offers anytime, and you can review them, print them, anything you want with these offers anytime from your web account. And I'm going to be going over that, the power of these web accounts and power of the communication between the app and the web in a subsequent webinar. Please, I will send you an invitation. Please join me. It's going to be absolutely incredible. The buyers, yes. Short answer, yes, your buyers can do that. They just have to log in. Do we have any other questions? Thank you, Christy. I appreciate your question. It looks like we have a question from Steve. He wants to know, he saw that some of his information that we pull is incorrect, and he wants to know if we can update that. The amazing news is you can update it yourself. If you have the latest version of New Offer, and please make sure you do, we have amazing features every single version that we push out. If you have the latest version, you can just go into your account by tapping these three lines in the top left-hand corner, and then tap My Account. And from here, you can review all the information that goes on page 9 in the contract. You can change your password if you want to. You can manage billing and purchase New Offer. And the other thing that you can do is you can update all this information. If the agent supervisor information from the MLS is incorrect, you can just change it by tapping that and changing it. And then, so you don't make a mistake, or you don't update information, or somebody else for some reason updates the information, we ask for your password. So I'm just going to put in my password, and the information is going to automatically save. Next time I go in there, and next time I write an offer, it's right there. It's changed. So please, if any information is appearing on page 9 of the contract incorrect, please update your information here. You have control of this 100%. and whatever information in the MLS will not write over the information that you put in here. All right, it looks like we have another question from Michelle. Does the system archive the original offer versus the revised offer, or are you updating and replacing? So I'm going to answer this in two parts, and it's really going to make you understand how powerful New Offer is. New Offer is all about live data. So whenever you update a contract, it's going to update that contract right there. So when I just updated my contact information right there, it's going to update the contract, the new contracts, whenever I write them, as well as any drafts that are out there that haven't been downloaded or put into PDFs yet. It's all live data, which is really, really powerful, making sure that all the information is 100% correct all the time. So I hope that answers that question partly. The other question I think that you're asking is when I view and redraft an offer, so I revise that offer, if we keep a copy of the original. And the answer is absolutely yes. That is an offer that you drafted. It's an offer that your buyer signed. We're going to keep those as archives. Anything that you sign, anything that your buyer signs will never be deleted. It's important that all of that documents, all of those documents are saved and can be visited anytime. Those are saved right here. You can review them right here by tapping Docs, and you can review all the terms of the offer. We'll show you all the pages, as well as the new ones. You can compare them side by side. We're going to create that really cool functionality very, very soon, so you can see exactly what was changed. So you can see them here. Again, they're always in your New Offer web account that you can download and review anytime. We want you to have access to this all the time. So Michelle, if you have any questions about that, Sam, I'm glad that helps. If you guys have any questions about what it means to continue a draft, what happens when you edit a draft, please ask me. I'd love to help you understand really how cool this new technology is. Someone is asking a question about signatures, about the e-signature, and I'm going to show you something really cool. Molly in this presentation used an e-signature, but she doesn't have to use that e-signature every single time. If she wants to go in and update that so it looks like a live signature, if she wants to use her cell phone or she wants to use an iPad, anything like that, she can update her signatures at any time. She has to know her login information. All of this is incredibly secure. It's on lockdown. You can't use signatures without explicit permission. You can't do anything like that. So she can update these signatures at any time. If you happen to run into her or meet with her and she wants to update her signature, she doesn't want to use that e-signature anymore, you can just meet up with her and then go into her account. This is her and her husband Jameson's account, and tap Edit Buyer. And then you're going to tap Buyer to Signature right here. It's going to pull in that e-signature that we created for her. If she wants to update it anytime, all you have to do is tap it and she'll create a new one. I'm just going to hit close. Molly's not with me, so I'm not going to update her signature. So signatures, you can always update them. You cannot use them without the buyer's permission. We track all of that information. Again, that's going to be in a webinar going forward. I want these to be short, simple, help you out. But security is a huge component of New Offer, and I really want to show you everything that we keep secure for you and for you. Are there any other questions before I close it? We've been here officially for 31 minutes. I'm a little over my promised time limit. So if those are the only questions, thank you everyone so much for joining me today. Again, I will post this on social media. Please like us on Facebook to get all the updates. Facebook.com/newoffer-app or newoffer-agent, sorry. Facebook.com/newoffer-agent to get all the latest information, as well as tips that we send out and videos and links to everything, all the videos that we have. So thank you so much for joining me today. I cannot wait to hear all your stories, and I will see you next week. Have a great Thursday.